Alright, here's the trade review for Tesla. So what I was looking at Tesla is going into the open was ultimately this 327.19 level. So if we can kind of look at the daily, it had been a level that had lots of touches, and going into the pre-market, it was also a level that seemed to kind of been respected, and the pre-market was actually holding relatively flat. But as we could see on the daily chart, there's a range that, a wedge that was starting to be formed here. That was getting tighter. So if we can kind of draw that in, I was ultimately looking for a move to either side, but based on how we had sort of rejected the range above the level, we kind of consolidated there, and going into the open, we were starting to sell off. My bias was to the downside. So what happened is we could sort of see into open, we pushed up and we formed this range here. I think ultimately my plan was to first watch previous day low, which is this red line here, and then kind of use that as a buffer to get to that 327.19 target. But didn't really work out that way. I think I was in a couple other trades at the time, so I missed those entries. And I think if I was to sort of review this trade, honestly, I definitely chased it. It worked out, but what I did is I took that sort of extreme downside and then kind of looked at it as a base or as a rally trade. So as this was sort of consolidating on the 1 minute, the QQQ and SPY chart at that time, if we can kind of go to the 1 minute as well, was also selling off. So what were we here? We're at about 9:45. So I took it. I kind of had a tighter risk. I had the risk at that sort of break of the base rally base. So that was the trade. I sort of wrote it down to 10:15, where I thought maybe the move had been over. Obviously, probably should have held runners, but come on, DOS. Gets a little bit confusing here. There you go. That was sort of my stop. Give it a little bit of room. So it was a 1 to 3 trade, 1 to 4 trade, based on all of the TPs. But I think I managed it well. I probably took a little too many partials too early. But yeah, I think the thesis of the trade was that 327 level. I think I ultimately chased, but it worked out, and I think I kind of had my risk managed on that view up. The other way I actually like to play this type of move is sort of this, I call it the VWAP break and smother, where it sort of tries to get above the VWAP and then it ultimately tries to get above it and the VWAP caps it. But generally I don't like to see this second part of that move where we break above it. This trade would be more ideal to me if that area here held. And that would sort of be that perfect VWAP break and smother, but it didn't. So I waited for other confirmations, and there's a trade review. All right, thanks. Have a good day.